Hello and welcome back to this episode of the Engage 8 podcast. I am Joshua, my co-host Mike. Today we have a lot to talk about. The Eastern and Western Conference Finals are underway in the NBA. We got some studs and duds to talk about around the sports world over the past week when we've been gone. But before that, we have been notified yesterday of the passing of Colts owner Jim Irsay. And Mike, you said you have some words to start us off with.
Yes, I do. Very somber news. Jim Irsay, my favorite owner out of any of my personal sports teams. It's not even really a competition. He's the owner that loved his team more than any of them. He would make Jerry Reinsdorf look like a clown for how much he loved the Colts. He really did. He did whatever he could for them to win. He put them in just different positions all around. Um, they had to get rid of Peyton Manning with the neck injury. He decided to go in a new direction, go for the young guy with Andrew Luck. He was bold. He wasn't afraid to make the big changes like that. He built a beautiful stadium in Indianapolis with Lucas Oil Stadium that fits in the city so well. The city of Indianapolis loves him. He had his issues, yes, um, but all around he seemed to be a decent human being. Had a lot of stuff going for him. He uh, paid $5 million, I believe, to save Lolita the killer whale a couple years ago,
Yes,
the
I remember
orca.
that. Yeah.
That was just a great thing by him. He started, I think, a few dog shelters named him after his dog. Just a great human being. You don't see PETA like many people. PETA actually loves Jim Irsay, so that's kind of wild. He was the youngest GM, I think, in NFL history at like 25, one of the youngest owners ever at 37. He could squat 525 pounds. Just he's the type of
Statistics.
he's just a crazy guy. If you had millions of dollars, it's just he went and did whatever he felt like doing and kind of a cool life to live. He's kind of a relatable millionaire because it's what a lot of people would have done if they were a millionaire, just do what they want. And um, it's going to be sad to not see him in the Colts celebrations anymore on draft night all the time. He would always talk to the players. It'll be sad to never see that again, but his family will still own the team. Carly Ursay Gordon, his eldest daughter, I believe, will begin running the team now. And I'm gonna miss Jim Irsay. Rest in
Uh,
peace.
as someone whose team also has a female owner with a hyphenated name, maybe it'll work out for you too.
Yeah, I was actually looking yesterday through female GM owners. We have lost a few in recent years. I We lost Virginia a couple months ago,
Yeah.
McCaskey with the Bears. A couple years ago, we lost the Chiefs. I was trying to think of her name.
Is it
I
Clara Hunt or some shit like
Yeah,
that?
that's what it was. I think it was Clara
Is it
Hunt.
Clara? I might have been completely
I know
making
the
that
last
up.
name's Hunt.
Yeah, 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 obviously.
That's the thing no matter what. But
Kareem's mom.
outside of now Sheila Ford Hamp, Carly Ursay Gordon, those are two female owners. I think the other one was I can't remember. I
Norma. It was
think
Norma. It was
Norma
Norma.
Hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, close to that. Um, I think there was like four total female owners that I had counted. I can't remember what the other ones are now.
Sheila Ford Hamp.
Sheila Ford Hamp and Carly Ursay Gordon are two of them. But um, yeah, female owners. Maybe it's a good thing.
What happened? Like, did they say what he died of?
They just said
'Cause-
he died in his sleep. So I'm
Oh,
guessing he went and took a nap and never
hey,
woke up
that's the
because
best way to go out.
he tweeted about the Indiana Pacers. So
Yeah, and we'll talk about
that
the Pacers
his
here in a
last
bit.
words.
It might be a legacy run for the Pacers here in honor of Mr. Ursa.
Yeah. The female owners. Gail Benson is the Saints owner.
Hmm.
Kim Pagula of the Bills, but I know her husband also owns the team, so it's two different things there. But yeah, not too many. I
And
think the Broncos
SFH.
sold, I believe. I believe the Broncos sold.
Well, they're owned by the Walton family, right? Is that what it
Yeah,
is? Yeah. So they're kind
and
of
they had recently
a
bought it.
group owned.
And the Titans.
Oh, so there's a lot.
I think that's it.
Hey,
Titans,
shout out
Lions,
to the female
Colts,
owned businesses, man.
Saints, and
Unfortunately, all those teams are dog shit except for the Lions and kind of the Broncos.
yeah.
Um, all right, we could with that being said, we can move on here to our studs and duds of the week. A bit of a abrupt change in topic here. My stud of the week is Bill Belichick.
Oh my God.
Um, possibly, possibly freshly engaged Bill Belichick to 24-year-old Jordon Hudson. How deep have you been? Are you deep in this story?
I've been keeping along, but I bet there's some stuff that's gotten past me.
Well, recently this has been figured out. So obviously she's 24, he's 73, 49-year age difference between the two. Do you know
Ridiculous.
how old her dad is?
No.
49.
Oh,
So when her dad was born, Bill Belichick is her age now,
yeah, that's ridiculous.
which is unbelievable. I know June 1st is apparently a big day here for North Carolina. June 1st is when his buyout goes from 10 million to 1 million, I believe, for North Carolina. So if they do want to get out of this, if this ends up being a bad thing, I guess June 1st is a big day to look at here for what's going to happen with the Bill Belichick saga in North Carolina. They lost Hard Knocks, obviously, because of allegedly Jordon Hudson wanted to be an executive producer and own part of the show, I guess. And NFL Films was like, obviously that's not happening. We're NFL
Yeah,
Films. We're not just going to let you own the show. This is our thing. What else am I missing?
the fight that she had with Bill Belichick's ex-wife.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
What
I
happened?
guess allegedly they got into an altercation.
Like a fist fight?
I don't know if it was a fist fight, but I had seen on Twitter, unless it was fake news, that I can't remember her name. I think it might have been Linda.
Really? I didn't see that at
Uh,
all.
it might have even been before they had. Yeah, Bill Belichick's ex-girlfriend Linda Holliday got into a heated fight with new 24-year-old girlfriend and kicked her out of the Nantucket holiday party.
Really?
Yeah,
Some beef on Nantucket, I
she
guess.
kicked her out of the Nantucket holiday party. Wow.
But yeah, allegedly they're engaged. The source said that Jordan Hudson has told at least one person that they're
So,
engaged.
so
That
that one
person may
person
be
is,
Bill, it may not be Bill. We don't know.
if it's one person, that's easy to sniff out who the snitch is.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think it's pretty obvious. My theory is she told the one person and told that person to tell the New York Times to get the story
Oh,
out.
fair
That
enough.
seems like something that would happen.
Fair enough.
Unless her close friend, like her number one confidant who she told just happens to also have a close relationship with the New York Times where she's going to snitch on her best friend. I don't really see that being anything that would ever happen. But dude, that
I'm
wedding would
also,
be so awkward for everyone involved. Like the dad,
oh,
Bill Belichick's kids who are significantly older than Jordan Hudson.
yeah.
Her
Crazy that she is
kids
the
are
at
probably his dad's
Jordon.
age.
I want to
What?
see if this is, yeah, she actually did post this on IG. I just looked it up.
Posted what?
On IG, she posted Old Bay with my Old Bay.
Oh wow. It's actually kind of tough.
Oh man,
That yeah, so this whole saga is just hilarious to me. I mean, it's also very weird because
that's
I know
extremely weird.
I heard Pablo Torre talking about it, and there's rumors that they might have started dating when she was 19,
Yeah, no,
which
it's very strange.
obviously in the legal sense is no different than 24, but weirder for sure.
100%.
So I mean that would make him 68 when she was 19, which is just ugh. But hey, we'll see how this goes for Bill. They're gonna have a reality show, so that will be interesting and that will be must-watch TV. The Jordan Hudson Bill Belichick reality show. And if she does get married, I mean, that's brutal for Steve. You're losing that inheritance to
Yeah, I don't
Jordan
know.
Hudson.
Yeah, I don't know.
Assuming I mean, there's got to be some sort of prenup, right? There's no way that Bill's this
It,
brainwashed at this point.
I would say at this point, it seems like he's pretty brainwashed.
What have they done to our boy Bill, man?
Yeah.
What have
What
they
a
done
fall
to
off.
him?
What a fall
Yeah,
off.
we'll see. I mean, I'm hoping that he stays at Carolina and he ends up being a great coach at Carolina because at this point, that's like the only thing that can save him at this point.
Yeah, that's it.
If he doesn't end up being a great coach at Carolina, it's going to be all about Jordan Hudson and nothing about Bill Belichick anymore. She's not banned, by the way. She's not banned.
What do you mean by that?
Like there was a rumor that she'd been banned from the Carolina facility. She's not banned.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, so Jordan is free. It's
yeah.
backwards. But yeah, that's my Bill Belichick and Jordan are my studs of the week.
For my stud of the week, honorable mention to Scotty Scheffler for picking up his third major, um, getting to play golf. But now that I think about it, I almost have to consider him for a dud. I don't know. Just quick thing on Scotty Scheffler. I guess we'll talk about that after, maybe.
Yo, go ahead. You can talk about it.
We can talk about. Did you see the video of after he had won the PGA Championship?
I did not.
Walks into the clubhouse with his son,
Oh,
puts
oh
him on
no,
the
I
ground,
did. Yes, gives him the hat.
puts him on the ground, gives him the hat. The wife was tired of having to watch the kid after 7 hours of
Yeah,
golfing.
that was
He's
hilarious.
another guy who's very relatable to the general public, even though he's a multimillionaire.
It's unbelievable to me that he's 28 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell me he's 45 and I'd believe you. It's crazy to me that he's 28.
Yeah, 28 still dominating golf. Struggled on that Sunday, but figured it out halfway through, got to the back nine and
He
dominated
struggled for
one.
like a front nine, 3 holes on the
Yeah,
front nine, and then he was fine.
yeah. But I mean, it was tied up. Looked like Rahm had a shot to take the lead, but Rahm misses. Scotty hits a putt, and after that, it was just game over. Didn't quit, putting his foot on the gas pedal and dominated the last 9 holes, won by a significant margin. I think it was 5 in the end, but
Yep.
he was great. And then had to go and watch the kid after winning $3 million, just like any normal person after a round of golf.
And those last like 4 or 5 holes at Quail Hollow are like supposed to be the hardest holes on the course. Like that's where everyone fall. That's why you see John Rahm fall apart. We saw some other guys fall apart late. And Scotty, those were his best holes of the entire tournament every single day.
Yeah,
So if you're gonna be the best player on the best holes, it doesn't quite matter what you do on the rest of it. You're probably gonna dominate. And we'll see. I mean, there was a point where he was 3 strokes back. I think it was Saturday, maybe it was Friday, and he was still like plus 300 favorite to win the tournament, which is just ridiculous.
yeah. We'll see if he can. Now he has 2 of 4 for the Grand Slam. We'll see how he can the career Grand Slam. We'll see how he can do there. But that's not my stud of the week. I have to give my stud of the week to Tottenham Hotspur for finally winning a trophy after I believe 41 years of trying to win a European trophy. They get it done. They've won their third Europa League, first trophy in 17 years, I believe, maybe a little bit longer than that. Uh, was a rough game to watch. They did not play very well all around, but they're playing a Man United team which has also been struggling. They won the game. They didn't dominate the game, but it doesn't matter if you dominate. You have to win. They got the goal, which I believe they awarded it to Brennan Johnson no matter what, so he gets the game-winning goal. And
Who?
to see the Brennan Johnson,
The
he
mayor?
that's Brandon Johnson.
Oh, you said Brendan. Oh, okay.
Brennan.
Okay. I thought you said Brandon.
Yeah, no, not the mayor of Chicago. The mayor of
Not
Chicago
Mayor BJ.
did not win
He's
the
got some other
Europa
shit
League.
going on right
Yeah,
now.
he's a little busy. Um, but yeah, they got it done. Youngman's son finally wins a trophy, as well as Harry Kane. He won a trophy in Germany with Bayern Munich. So just happy for him. He was crying, and the Tottenham fans have been going crazy. Storm the field at the stadium, and a very, very happy North London. And North London is Tottenham's, not Arsenal's. Arsenal has no trophies in a very long time. So good for
Yeah.
Tottenham, and I'm very happy.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's cool to win one of the 15 trophies that they hand out in soccer. I wish they handed out that many NBA championships. That'd be sick. The
Hey
Suns
man,
would probably have a couple by
we'll be in
now.
the Europa Super League versus the winner of the Champions League. So
Yeah,
and in the Champions League as well.
I'm not gonna pretend to know what that means.
Yeah,
So
no.
I'm just gonna not pretend to know what that means.
It doesn't matter too much, but the Champions League winner and the Europa League winner, I guess, play each other.
Who was the Champions League winner?
It's on next Saturday. It's
Is
Inter
Arsenal in
Milan.
it?
No, Arsenal lost to PSG. It's PSG versus Inter Milan for the Champions League.
PSG is
Paris Saint-Germain.
nah, I'm aware of the acronym. It's what's his name's team?
Mbappe, no.
No, he went. Oh, he's like
He
in
went. He,
Saudi or some shit,
he's in
right?
Real Madrid.
Oh, okay. Well,
You guys actually beat
I mean,
Arsenal beat Mbappe this year.
shit. Well,
Sent him home. Back
let's go
to
Gunners. Let's
yeah.
go Gunners.
You haven't won
Um,
anything.
for my dud of the week, transitioning back into real football, the Green Bay Packers are my dud of the week. They really pushed hard to ban the tush push. I don't know who it was who did in the Packers organization because they don't have an owner. So I guess the Packers would also be one of the teams with a female owner because they have
Yeah,
multiple, I'd
fair enough.
assume. But Matt LaFleur claims that he wasn't the one who was pushing this. He also happened to call the Lions the class of the NFC, which was great to hear from your division rival. But yeah, they tried to get the tush push out of here. I was anti-banning the tush push, not because of the actual play itself. If they were just banning the play itself, I'd be completely for it because the Eagles are such a good team, and obviously you want to make them worse, especially if they're an NFC team, as the Lions are. But they were going to be banning all types of pushing
Yeah.
on offense in general, which there's a ton of teams, including the Lions, that benefit greatly from that. And I think they needed 24 votes to ban the tush push. They only got 22. 10 teams voted against it. Therefore, the tush push does not get banned. Also, an additional note with the proposals, the Lions had a proposal to change the playoff seeding by win percentage and not by division winners, which I was against that as well. And they ended up withdrawing that proposal before it even got voted on. So that ended up not being a thing, and it wasn't going to get passed anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, that'd be the stupid. I would have been pissed if that happened because it would make divisions kind of not matter, and
Yes.
that's part of football that you love.
And then you become the NBA where no one can even name the divisions. Could you name the
Exactly.
divisions right now?
No, I don't think I could. I mean, I could name like a handful. I don't think I could get them. Like
I
the
think you
NFL,
can
I
get
could
it.
get.
Fire it off. Fire it off. 1 minute
The
timer.
NFL,
Name
I
them
could
all.
get perfect. The NBA, I do not think I could get perfect.
1 minute timer. Name them all. Go.
I don't even know. Is there six?
There's six, yeah, three in each
Yeah.
conference. You don't got to name the names of the divisions. Just name which teams are in the divisions.
Okay. Well, I know the because I don't know where to. It's hard to like pick a spot to
Start with the
start.
East. Start with the East. Start with the East. The Atlantic Division. I'll give you the names. The
Oh,
Atlantic
see,
Division.
the Atlanta. See, the names doesn't help at all. The names of the division.
The Atlantic.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that's got to be what, like the Nets,
Yes, that's one of them.
um,
Come on, this is the easiest
Boston.
one. Yes,
I think the
Boston.
easiest one is like the West. The Nets, Boston, um, the Knicks, the
Yes,
76ers, and the
yes,
Raptors.
yes. That's the Atlantic.
Okay.
Okay, now the Central. You got the Central. You
Okay.
got the
Well,
East Central.
Bulls, Pacers, Cavs, Pistons.
One
Who
more.
am I missing? Bulls, Pacers, Cavs, Pistons, Pacers,
You said Pacers twice.
Bulls, Pacers, Cavs, Pistons, Bucks. That's
Yes,
the team I
Bucks.
was missing.
Okay, and then that should make the Southeast pretty easy because you have all the.
Um, the Magic, ah, Miami,
Yes,
Atlanta. Uh,
it's only two more
what
teams in
teams
the
am I
East.
missing? What teams am I missing? Can't be a playoff
They
team.
both have something
It's
to
a
do with
lottery
Michael
team.
Jordan.
Hornets, Wizards. Good
Yes,
call.
Hornets,
Good
Wizards.
call.
Okay, there you go.
What a hint that was.
There you go. Okay, West.
I'm going. I have the
This
Pacific
is
stuck in my head. It's the Pacific, right?
yeah, yeah. This is the easiest one actually. You're right.
The
Go ahead,
Pacific.
Pacific.
Lakers, Clippers, Warriors, Suns, Kings.
Yes, it's literally just the
That's the
California
easiest.
teams and the
Yeah.
Suns. Yeah.
Yeah. That
Okay.
one's easy.
This is the toughest division in my mind. The Northwest, because this one just doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, it's got to have the Blazers.
Yep.
What's the name of the other division?
The Southwest.
Oh, shit, that doesn't. Okay. The Northwest. Uh, does that one doesn't have Houston? Because Houston's in the one with like Memphis
Yes.
and
That's
the
the Southwest.
Pelicans. That's got to be the Southwest.
Yes. The Northwest.
And Dallas is in that one too.
I would say out of the Northwest, that Portland is the only team that I would consider a Northwest team.
Yeah. Portland. Um, I gotta get
This is the
Portland.
problem when you don't have division winners and then divisions don't
Exactly.
matter
Like
if
in
you
the NFL,
don't
I could
know
rip
them.
off pretty easily. Portland, if it's because it's okay, so it's got to be like the Nuggets, the
Yeah.
Jazz,
Yep. Neither are
and then
Northwest,
the
but yes.
Timberwolves are in that one, and then the
Yes.
Thunder.
Yes. The Thunder in the Northwest is
Yeah,
so funny. And then yeah,
because it's not
Southwest, Houston,
Southwest, Houston, Memphis.
Memphis, which is not Southwest,
No, I
or
mean
New Orleans, which is
yeah,
not Southwest at all. And then Dallas and San Antonio.
Dallas, San
So yeah, I
Antonio.
mean, that's a perfect example of why you need divisions. And you need divisions to matter is because you end up like the NBA where they don't matter at all.
Yeah, exactly. That's it's you need divisions. I completely agree. And then in regards to the tush push, I think the Colts voted to ban it, which kind of disappointed me. You think the Colts, if they have Anthony Richardson at quarterback, that's a team that could definitely use that. And a
Yeah.
team with a good offensive line, when you or even a running team in general, you want to if you have a good running back, you want to be able to push them forward, and banning that would just not help. I don't know.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
the part I didn't like either. Getting rid of that. For my dud of the week, I struggled greatly to find something. I wanted to do something related to the Knicks after what we witnessed last night. Um, so I think I might just do that. But and you know what? No, I'm gonna stick with what I wrote down. I'm just gonna just in general foul baiting.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of foul baiting. We see Brunson and Shade do it a little bit. Sometimes they do get fouled a lot. I'll give them that. But it's just sometimes the act of foul baiting. I don't like the. Actually, I'm not going to say that because that could come back to haunt me next year.
No, 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 no. Say
No,
it.
I'm
Come
not, I'm
on.
not. I'm not saying it out
We're
loud.
holding stuff back now.
I am because I'm thinking into the future and what could happen next season with Michigan State basketball. I don't want to say it.
They're gonna be a foul baiting team next year.
We're not a foul baiting team, but we have a foul baiting player. He's very
Not
good at it as well. So I
well.
guess maybe I should rescind my foul baiting, but it's more of the shooting wise foul baiting, I guess. Getting the and ones. It's what we talked about last night. The physical with the Thunder being the most physical defensive team. And then when you have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on offense, it's very difficult to challenge him because he's going to get a call, which he goes to the rim a lot. He's going to get fouled, but some of them are very questionable and disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take that and we'll transition right into our NBA playoff update then. We'll start with the Thunder beating the Timberwolves first game of the Western Conference Finals, 114 to 88. It was a very close game in the first half, but Thunder did pull away. And yes, I want to get right into the Shea foul baiting stuff because I think it just needs to be talked about. I want to give credit to Nick Wright for the first one I've seen with this take. And I mean, I'm a Shea fan, obviously, as a Kentucky fan. I root for him. I'm happy he won MVP, even though I think that Jokic should have won it. What's up?
That's your first MVP from your university.
I know, which is shocking, right?
Yeah, very shocking.
Um, but yes, there's been something about this, although I love Shea so much, and I actually really like the Thunder as a team. There's something about watching them that even though they're so good and they're so great defensively, that there's something about the foul baiting that just extra pisses me off. That pisses me off even more than when I see like Jalen Brunson do it. And then when I saw that take that you just said from Nick Wright about the Thunder are the most aggressive defensive team in the league, they're fouling, they're being very physical. And then when you have Shea on the other end foul baiting and trying to get to the line 9, 10 free throws a game, it's tough to have it both ways. You can't be begging for fouls and then be super physical and not get foul calls on defense. And I think that's the reason why it's so difficult to watch because you want to see a physical team like that just be a hard-nosed, gritty team that isn't foul baiting. You want to see them be like the early 2000s Pistons. But this Thunder team isn't like that. They try to have it both ways. They try to exploit the game and be an old-fashioned NBA team, super physical on defense. And that's just very frustrating to watch. And I mean, at this point, it looks like the Thunder are going to win the title, though. It does. I don't want to overreact from game one. The Timberwolves will probably lose the series in six. I mean, I could even see the Timberwolves winning 2 or 3 games and making it a 7 game series, but I see the Nuggets winning this series. I just think they're too well rounded. They're good enough on offense, and then when you couple that with their aggressiveness on defense, I struggle to believe that against the Thunder defense, the Timberwolves are going to be able to have guys like Naz Reid and Jaden McDaniels showing up on the offensive end as much as they've shown up on the offensive end early in the first 2 series of the NBA playoffs. So I lean Thunder in the series. I wanted to say when we were talking about NBA divisions, they show games back for each division. The that I can't even remember the name of that division already. We just looked at the Northwest. The Thunder were ahead of the Utah Jazz by 51 games in the Northwest this year, which is just a ridiculous stat. But the Thunder are 30 were 35-6 at home in the regular season. I think they lost. I think one, maybe did they lose 2 games at home? I think they lost
And
one game at home in the playoffs.
yeah.
Game one of against the Nuggets, I think was their only home playoff loss. So they're really dominant at home. All the fans wear the shirts except for that one guy. I When we were watching Game 7 the other day, I didn't notice Book It with Trent was courtside.
Oh, really?
So maybe that's in a Thunder jersey, not wearing the shirt. So maybe he's one guy that can help curse this team. But at this point, I like the Thunder. I think the Thunder are going to win the NBA title.
Yeah, I like the Thunder as well. I think they're the best team remaining. They're just so good defensively. They force you into so many turnovers. I was trying to, yeah, 17 turnovers from the Timberwolves in game one. That's a lot. Just such a good defensive team. I just don't know if the Timberwolves have enough offensively to go out and dominate. Anthony Edwards was minus 23 in game one, the worst on the Timberwolves. So, I mean, that's shocking. Then you look at the Thunder and who was the highest guy? The two highest guys, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander plus 22 and Kassan Wallace plus 21. He's great, man.
Very
Both,
good.
I mean, mainly defensively, he's just fun to watch. He only had 3 points in the game, but he's so good defensively. He had um, only one steal, 7 assists though. He's one of my sneaky favorite players to watch just because he's so quick. He's great defensively, but just going back to the foul baiting thing for 2 seconds, but not even foul. It's just getting the calls. You look at some of the playoff series so far, specifically, you go and look at that Warriors versus Rockets playoff series. Those two teams, they were letting them basically just foul each other for a lot of that series.
Right.
Just completely, I think Dylan Brooks just completely just jumped into Steph Curry to start the game in game one, and no foul was called. You would never see that with Shea this season. He gets those calls most of the time, but regardless, Shea's great. I still think he did deserve MVP. Maybe Jokic deserved it more, but Shea did deserve MVP. He's been great all season, and the Thunder are looking like, in my opinion, they are going to be NBA champions.
Okay, we will move now to the Pacers winning game one in Madison Square Garden against the New York Knicks. They were down by as many as 17 points in the fourth quarter of this game, trailed by 14 with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left. I believe that um Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay, I have this stat here. The Pacers have scored 23 points in the final 3:14 of that game. No team in the play-by-play era, which goes back to 1977, has scored that many points in 3:14 of a playoff game ever. 23 points. And as much as Tyrese Halliburton is going to get so much respect for hitting that shot, which was pure luck, he missed the shot
Eh,
and get
I wouldn't
and
say it's pure luck.
the ball went
Hit the
above the
shot.
backboard and came back and
Like
drilled it.
I like to think
Um,
that Jim had a say in that.
Yeah, he did. He had Nurse saying that. But
Ooh, that was tough.
but but as much as credit as Tyrese Halliburton's gonna get for this comeback, Aaron Nesmith is the one who needs the credit. The dude was just unbelievable. He hit one, two, three, four, five threes in the last
I thought
three
it was.
fourteen of that game. But
Oh, it might have been 6 in the last 5 minutes then. Because or unless that
oh
was just the game around, it might have been the whole game. He was 6 for 6.
yeah, that it might have been the whole game. And then he hit two free throws with 12 seconds left, bringing him to 17 points in the last 3:14 of that game, which is just absolutely ridiculous. The dude was hitting shots that he absolutely should not have hit, but drilled them. And genuinely, unlike the Halliburton shot, which had some luck in it, he was just drilling those shots. He was unbelievable. This Pacers team, we saw it against the Bucks. We saw it last series when they came back and beat the Cavs late in games, and then they do it again here against the Knicks. This Rick Carlisle coach team just does not quit. They're going to be a really, really tough out. I picked them in six to beat the Knicks in this series. I obviously still like that and like it even more now with them winning game one in Madison Square Garden. I think the Knicks will probably win game two in MSG. They'll go back 1-1 to Indy. And then I think there's a very good chance that Indy can clean up and win both at home and then lose in Madison Square Garden and then clean it up at home in game six. But for the Knicks, I mean, it's it's hard to like really criticize them because they played so good for most of this game. It was just that last 3:14. They were just, of course, you blow a 17-point fourth quarter lead. It's never good, but you have to you have to be good to get the 17-point fourth quarter lead in the Eastern Conference Final. So I still think the Knicks are alive. I don't think they're dead by any means, but this is one where we saw it kill the Bucks any chance to come back because they blew this lead, and it's just hard to get over a game like this, especially at home. Same thing with the Cavs. And it's one of those things where it can absolutely derail a series when you had a game at home to set the tone for the series and you blow it in an all-time comeback. And now the Pacers are set up to go to the finals.
Yeah, I have a lot of stats to say for this series, but the first thing I will say is one of my favorite tweets that I saw last night was these are teachable moments. That was one of the greatest games we've ever seen. Now imagine if Hallie ran in the lane and just fell down like the MVP.
They
But no, Halliburton
wouldn't
stepped
have came
out.
back.
No, they wouldn't have. He stepped out, hits that I mean, I guess you could say lucky shot off the back of the rim and in. Crazy. I thought the game was over. Does the Reggie Miller choke? Crazy how similar it was to Reggie Miller's game where the Knicks choked that game. But Indiana in these playoff series, they've had three of these crazy comebacks. They had a 99.7% 98% chance of losing versus the Knicks in game one, a 95.9% chance of losing versus Cleveland in game two, and a 97.9% chance of losing in game five versus Milwaukee. The odds of them winning all three of those games is 1 in 387,147.
Holy.
Just ridiculous. We've seen teams were 0 and 970 when down by 14 or more points in the final 250 of regulation. They are now 1 and 970. Uh, Wild. Aaron Nesmith is the first player in the play-by-play era to score 20 points in a 5-minute span in the second half of a playoff game, and he does that in the final 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. He was really just on a incredible heater. It was ridiculous to watch, and somehow I don't know why the Knicks didn't focus on him more after he hit maybe two or three, because he all those shots were kind of open.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, there was
they
one
weren't.
where he just absolutely broke Josh Hart's ankles. I think that was the last
Yeah,
three he hit.
that might have been the last one or the second to last one. But other
Yeah.
than that, they were all kind of just off screens, getting a pretty decent look. He's been great though all playoffs so far. Aaron Nesmith, third in the NBA in three-pointers made in this playoffs, first in three-point percentage at 53.8%. He's been great, and these Pacers role guys all around, they've been great all playoff series. Obi Toppin had a big dunk, which was kind of just a sneaky elite dunk. He got hit on the arm. That was a foul at the end of the game. The refs did not call that foul, but he double clutched that dunk to put him up three. He's been great. Halliburton obviously has been fantastic. Nemhard's been good all around. Didn't have the greatest game one yesterday, but he's still been good in the playoffs. And Miles Turner as well has been shooting the ball very well. He was shooting great at the start of that game, hit like three or four threes to start the game. But that's a very demoralizing loss for the Knicks. They had gotten that big lead actually with Jalen Brunson on the bench with 5 fouls. That's how they blew that game open, but they couldn't close it out. And really, they were. It wasn't like they were turning the ball over and not hitting shots. It was just they were giving up threes and they were only getting twos, and that's why they say threes are the great equalizer in the game. And just a really wild comeback all around.
Yeah. I have a take that I think the Pacers have the best top eight currently remaining in the playoffs with Halliburton, Neesmith, Nemhard, Siakam, Turner, Toppin, Mathurin, and McConnell.
Yeah.
I just think that those eight guys are all so good. They all have playoff experience now from last year. They all played great in last year's playoffs. They're all playing really, really good in this year's playoffs, and they're just a super deep team. I'm obviously rooting for them to win the finals, as I think a lot of people are at this
Me as
point with
well.
the Pacers. And it would be great to see them be the ones to humble OKC.
They also play Ben Shepherd too. That's
Yes,
a
yeah,
ninth guy
yeah,
that they
exactly.
go out there and play. And Thomas Bryant.
Yeah, true. I mean, they have a deep rotation, but I'm just talking about like those eight guys specifically. Thomas
Yeah,
Bryant got elbowed hard by Cat yesterday.
yeah. Thomas
Did you see
Bryant
the Cat video
plays.
on the sidelines?
Oh, the one where he hit James Johnson.
Was that who it was?
Well, yeah, he hit a three and then he tapped James Johnson on the
No,
chest.
no, no, no. I'm talking about the one on the sidelines where I think it was Mitchell Robinson was like, "Oh, where you at?" And he goes, "NYC." Do you even
No,
see
I've
that?
not seen that one.
He said NYC. That's
Yeah,
just hilarious.
I find it crazy because yeah, he hit a three and then he went and tapped James Johnson on the chest. Out of
I
all the
didn't.
players to hit on the Pacers bench, that's the last one
Yeah,
I would do.
I didn't
Maybe
see
they're
that at
boys.
all.
Maybe
Yeah,
they're boys though.
maybe. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'd have to look at that for the top eight. I'd say it's easily between them and the Thunder for
yeah,
the
yeah,
best top
yeah,
eight
yeah.
left. And honestly,
Obviously.
that's almost between them and the Thunder for the best top eight, almost in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. I'd probably agree with that. No, 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 no. Boston. I still say Boston. Fully
Yeah,
healthy.
okay, fair
Still
enough.
Boston.
Fully healthy Boston.
Yeah.
So that's the top three.
Yeah. No, I agree. But yeah, that's about all I got for the NBA.
Yeah, that's all I think I got.
All right, so that will do it then for this episode of the Engage A podcast. We'll be back maybe next week. We will have a team making the NBA Finals. Maybe we will still have this series going on to talk about, but we will not know until then. If you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video and the channel. Hit all the links in our description for TikTok, Spotify, social media, and all that good stuff. And we will see everybody in the next one.